Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out on this Labor Day long weekend edition of the show. This is episode 111. We have a great program planned for you today, and I'll remind you about our awesome contest with Hotels.com in a minute. Eligible to all U.S. residents age 18 and older, where we're giving away a $250 gift card each week for a total of 8 weeks. This is the fourth of 8 weeks for a free night or two at a hotel of your choice when booked through Hotels.com. I'll get into how to enter in a couple of moments from now. But first on the show today, we're going to chat with TextNow. This is a company that gives you a completely free phone number that you can call or text from, either on your existing smartphone or tablet, or if you want an affordable phone, they can set that up for you as well. But I like the idea of setting up a second phone number for privacy's sake on my existing smartphone or tablet. You can even log in through a computer and take calls and texts through that as well. Also on this show, we're going to chat with music publicist and social media god Eric Alper. Eric is going to join us to talk tech and music, including the popularity of smart speakers and streaming music services and the combination of the two. And finally, on Tech It Out, we're going to learn about Lego for the 21st century and how you can now use your smartphone for augmented reality experiences once you build your Lego set. All of this and more is coming up on this week's Tech It Out. Okay, back to the Hotels.com contest. You can be eligible to win a $250 gift card for a free hotel stay at Hotels.com. Again, you need to be a U.S. resident, age 18 or older, but here's how to enter. Simply go to Twitter and follow Hotels.com. It's spelled out Hotels, D-O-C-C-O-M. Secondly, send a tweet to them with a sentence on why you could use a free stay in a hotel. And number 3, include the hashtag TechItOut, the name of this program. Again, just go to Twitter, follow Hotels.com, tweet why you deserve a free stay in a hotel, and include the hashtag TechItOut. We're going to randomly draw a winner and read it next weekend on the air, and I'll announce it on social media and contact you privately too. So we have 8 in total to give away. Today is week 4. And you can enter once per day to be eligible for the random draw. Good luck. All right, let's kick off today's Tech It Out. I'm here with Derek Ting. He's the co-founder and CEO of TextNow at their very swank offices in Waterloo, Ontario. Very cool. Nice to chat with you. Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
All right, so let's just start right from the beginning. Tell us about TextNow. What's the company all about?
Yeah, TextNow gives everybody a free phone service, phone line. And basically the way the service works is if you either can't afford phone service or just don't want to pay for phone service anymore, you can download our app, get a free phone number from any area code that you want, and not have to pay the carriers insane amount of money for texting and calling.
Awesome. So you've got 2 lines of business, if I'm not mistaken. One is that if you've got your own phone already, and it can be an Android device, it can be an iPhone, or even a tablet, like an iPad or an Android device, you can set up a free phone number to call outgoing and incoming, as well as text. That's one side of your business, which I think a lot of people think, wait a minute, what's the catch here? But as you mentioned, if you're on Wi-Fi, it's completely free. You choose the area code that you would like, and then you've got that, in some cases, a second line, or it's your primary phone and you can cancel the service with your provider, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we make it free by supporting the service with ads like Gmail and lots of other free services.
Sure.
So instead of charging the consumer money, we figure out a way to make it free by making the service ad supported. There's a way to pay to remove the ads for a really small cost. So $3 a month, you could pay to remove the ads. And also, we have the service in the US where if you want to actually fully ditch your carrier, you can sign up for one of our low-cost cellular plans that actually gives you not just access to a phone number to text and call for free on your Wi-Fi connection, but you can actually also use the Sprint network at a really, really low cost. So we have plans that start at $10 a month, which is unheard of in the industry.
Yeah, so that was the second part of the business that I was alluding to that I had no idea about until I came here today, is that you sell phones, some new, some refurb, and you get to choose, and then you join a Sprint plan that best suits your needs and your budget. So not only do you get a free phone number to call and text, but you also get a device if you want, and that's available across the US over the Sprint network, which I think is really cool. So I didn't even know about that. But going back to the first application, the free app that you can download from the App Store for iOS or Google Play for Android devices. So that the idea there is that you choose a phone number and it could complement your existing phone number. So why would people, what are some of the applications why people may want a separate phone number on their phone? Is it to separate like work and play on the same device, or what are some of the other applications?
So there's a few use cases for it. The biggest use case is people that they don't want to pay for phone service. So they use their Wi-Fi connection at home, or they just find Wi-Fi whenever they can. And then they just want to either A, they can't afford the phone bill, or B, they just want to get rid of their phone bill. So that's one use case. The other use case is people that run small businesses, or they are self-employed. They want a second phone number, but they don't want to carry two phones or pay an absurd fee for the carriers to give them a second phone line. Then it's very simple. They just download our app. They get a second phone number right away. And on top of that, not only get a second phone number, but you can actually use the same phone number across multiple devices at the same time. So for example, if I'm at work, I actually can text and call on my computer, which is way faster, more efficient for me. And then when I'm on the go, I can just use the same phone number on my phone. And if I get an incoming call, I actually also have the option of either answering the phone call on my phone, or actually I can answer the phone call on my computer, which a lot of our small business users really appreciate.
I can see, Derek, also people liking anonymity. They like the privacy of a second phone number. For example, if you do some online dating and you agree to meet somebody in person, it's probably pretty common to exchange phone numbers to text and say, hey, I'm here at the restaurant. But if it goes sour, you don't want them having your real number, right? Or maybe you sell things on Craigslist or Let Go or Kijiji or what have you, and you don't want to give your real phone number out to a stranger in order to make arrangements to meet in person. When you have a TextNow number, you can just give that and you're good to go, right?
Yeah, that's another use case that we've seen is the privacy use case. People really value their privacy, so they want different numbers for different type of contacts. So if I'm on a dating site, by the way, I'm not on a dating site, but hypothetically, if I was on a dating site, there may be a different phone number I want to give out to people on a dating site. So there's a lot of different use cases where people may want a second phone number, and we give people a free or extremely affordable way to get one.
So let's walk through the process before we wrap up. So if someone's listening right now, they're like, wow, this is really cool. I'd love a second phone number on my existing device. How do you go about doing that?
So you can download our app. It's called TextNow. If you have an Android device, you could just search TextNow on Google Play or search TextNow on the iOS App Store. If you're on your computer, you can actually go to textnow.com and sign up for a free account, and then text and call for free on your desktop. And after you sign up, you just have to give us your area code, and then we'll give you a phone number in your area code.
And that's if you want an area code that's local to you, but you can also choose to have an area code somewhere else, right? Like let's say you live in New York and that might be 212, for example, but you may say, hey, I want a 213 California number, even though you live in New York or even somewhere else in the country. That's totally fine too, right?
Yeah, you can choose any area code that you want.
Love it. Okay, and again, it's not just for calling, but for texting as well. So if someone gets a call on their main smartphone that is to the TextNow number, or they get a text, then the app sort of like a notification pops up and you'll know that it's that second line, right?
Yeah, if you get an incoming call, it'll just ring like a normal phone, and then in the app, you could set to a different ringtone if you want to, or the same ringtone. It's up to you. You can customize it. And same with the text. You get a notification and it just works like a normal text messaging app.
I'm using it and I think it's awesome. Can you also choose things like voicemail or call forwarding, any of those extra frills that some people may have with their phone provider?
The free version gets voicemail, and then if you upgrade to a premium version for $3 a month, you get call forwarding as well, and actually you also get caller ID and voicemail transcription as well.
All right, awesome. So the website is textnow.com, or you can go to the App Store or Google Play Store and download the app for free. Thank you so much. I love it. I've been using it, and I encourage my listeners to download it for free as well. TextNow. So thank you so much for your time, Derek.
Thank you, Mark. It was a pleasure.
As I mentioned off the top of that interview, it was recorded at their offices right at TextNow's HQ. Very cool. This program, Tech It Out, is powered by ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. You'll also see a tab there for Republic of Gamers, or ROG, that brand of gear, that gaming gear that you know and love, especially if you're a professional gamer or aspire to be one. They have some amazing stuff, so you want to check it all out at asus.com. When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to chat with Eric Alper about streaming music and smart speakers and a lot more. Stay with us. We have a lot more coming up. You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Technology is transforming every industry on the planet, and music is no exception. Whether you're in the business of creating and distributing music or simply a fan who enjoys consuming it, it's a brand new world. But today, let's focus on how tech can help supersize how music lovers can experience it. And specifically, I'd like to focus on streaming music and smart speakers, a marriage made in heaven, perhaps. We're privileged to be joined by Eric Alper, veteran music expert, music publicist, SiriusXM radio host, and social media god with several hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter alone. He's with me here in the studio. Welcome to the show, Eric. Great to see you.
Hey, Mark. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. And congrats again on all your successes to date. I've had the privilege of knowing you for well over a decade now, and it's amazing to see your career continue to grow and flourish.
My wife is so happy that social media exists because I won't bug her about, hey, do you know what the B-side was for this single? She doesn't care.
And your followers no doubt know the answer, because I'm one of them who interact with your posts, which is awesome. All right. So before we talk about smart speakers, Eric, talk to us about streaming music services like Spotify, Amazon Prime Music, or Apple Music and such. What's the appeal as a music fan?
There's never really been a better time in music history or in history to be a music fan. Now that you can spend anywhere between $7 and $9 a month in order to have access to literally millions and millions of songs at your fingertips, whether it's through your phone or whether through your smart speaker or whether through your computer or car. Just the absolute sheer number of songs and concerts and now podcasts that are available through Spotify and Pandora and Google and Apple Play, among others, is huge for a music fan that grew up for generations having to buy physical CDs or cassette tapes now.
Or vinyl before that. And then we thought it was pretty cool, Eric, in the early 2000s to have 1,000 songs in your pocket. I mean, that was pretty wild, but you still had to download and store those songs. So now you've got access to, if I'm not mistaken, it's something in the area of 50 million tracks on Spotify. So if you are a music fan, I'll agree with you 100% that there's never been a better time than now. But what about the quality of streaming services? I mean, there are those purists out there, those audiophiles who say, forget it, I only want a CD.
Yeah, I'm not one of them, despite the fact that I'm a huge music fan, only because you're only really as good as the speakers that you have. And for the majority of the people who are on these music streaming services, they're listening to it with a pretty normal average device. But there are music streaming services like Tidal, for instance, that have high-res audio capabilities. So it's a difference of listening to a file that isn't compressed through a CD for space, and you're listening to the music the way that the artist intended to, rather than those compressed files, which we've grown up with from iTunes onwards.
And I think things might get better, too, over time as we get faster Wi-Fi speeds. Wi-Fi 6 is on the horizon. There's 5G cellular connectivity, so more bandwidth. So it's theoretically possible, at least, that services like Spotify could start offering higher quality streams instead of, for example, 256-bit MP3 files. It can go to 320 or well above that kind of thing. So it probably can get better soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that all of these music streaming services around the world are taking a look at what Tidal is able to do and to figure out what the cost prohibitiveness would be in order to have, potentially 50 million songs. I mean, Spotify right now is uploading 22,000 tracks a day. And that's a lot of space, and that's a lot of server capabilities that, as a business decision, I think each one of them have to make their own decisions on what's best for them.
All right, so now we combine streaming music services like Spotify with smart speakers, where you can now ask for a song with your voice. Walk us through what you can do and why this is really cool if you're a music lover.
This is great, because what it does is it puts record store staff out of business, because we've all had that experience of walking up to a record store clerk and saying, there's a song that's in my head and it kind of goes like this, and then you sing one line or you hum it. All of these smart speakers now have the ability to answer what you're thinking of or what you're looking for, even to the point where if you ask them to play a playlist for running, a playlist for walking, or if I like this, what other music would I like? The ability for smart speakers to use their amazing algorithm taken from literally millions of other users and songs make just that human experience that much more. And most stores carry various smart speakers. They all do pretty much the same thing with a little difference here and there. But for the most part, the quality is astounding than what it used to be 5 years ago.
It is mind-blowing to me that you can now say, out loud to your smart speaker, play a specific song. You can even add the word live version after that, or remix version, or cover version. Then there's things like the ability to play, like you said, a playlist based on what you're doing, what time of day it is, or what day of the week it is, or what you're doing, like running or studying. And there's some artificial intelligence on the background, so it knows that if you like heavy metal or reggae, then it'll dish up, whatever is trending there. It is pretty wild. Or you can play the entire album, not just the track. And not even having to type anything, just using the most natural interface we have, which is our voice. So as a music fan, I mean, this is just, I think, phenomenal. And I hope everybody's experiencing this today.
Yeah, it's a whole new generation of music lovers that are between the ages of 8 and 15 that are growing up with a smart speaker in their home. If you're a little bit older and you're just, maybe not comfortable with doing it, it's one of the greatest components in order to kind of, continue to be a music fan, because, our brains are only too big and we're only limited by what we know rather than what we don't know. Nobody can sit there and listen and know about all of the millions of songs on there.
Well, maybe Eric Alper knows all those 50 million songs off by heart or something. When we return, we will continue chatting with Eric Alper, celebrated music publicist. We're chatting about streaming music and smart speakers. So stay with us. You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone. I'll announce the winner of this week's Hotels.com $250 gift card giveaway, and I'll remind you how to enter in a couple of moments from now. But we're chatting with Eric Alper, veteran music expert, music publicist, a Sirius XM radio show host, and social media guru with several hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter alone, not to mention other platforms. We're talking about the popularity of smart speakers, if you're a music fan, tied to streaming services. And these smart speakers are as low as like $30. I'm talking about like the Google Home Mini or the Amazon Echo Dot. Obviously, the speakers are smaller and, you're not going to get room-filling sound. But then you go all the way up the chain to a couple of $100 to like the Google Home Max or anything like that. Some have a screen that will show you lyrics or album artwork. And then there's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you can bring those music streaming services with you now in the vehicle. There's often a voice button on the steering wheel. And again, you could just say, play music from 1981 or play me some little known classical tracks. I mean, you can, whatever your imagination can conjure up, you're going to be dished up something relevant. Or like you said, even if you don't know the name of the song, you can say, play me the song that has the lyric like this, or play me the song from the latest Apple commercial. It is really wild. So not just even in your home, but now in your car. Are there any downsides, Eric? I mean, maybe, I don't know if you want to go here, but some artists like Taylor Swift have been pretty vocal about the royalty rates with streaming music. Or are there any downsides for the music lover?
There's not really a downside for the music lover when it comes to smart speakers or music streaming services. I think from an artist perspective, there's been talk from artists such as Neil Young that are continually disappointed with the level of quality that this music has to offer. But he's even coming around to the music streaming services because it's not so much that what the artist wants all the time, although that sounds really weird coming from somebody that works in the music industry. The minute that you stop thinking about what the fan wants and what the general public wants, and you take your eye off of that, then that's when you start to run into problems. Even Taylor Swift, who had a lot of battles with music streaming services over various issues and various rights, has come around to actually working with Spotify directly on her new album. So I think artists that were holdouts for the music streaming services, whether it's Garth Brooks or whether it's Tool, are slowly coming around to it. But it's one of those situations where it's always better to have your music available where people want to consume it rather than not.
It's a great point. If you can't beat them, join them kind of thing. And there's many other ways they can monetize their success, of course, merchandising, live concerts, endorsements, and things like that. With these smart speakers, Eric, if you're into music, there's also podcasts now that you hinted at earlier that you just use your voice to conjure up a podcast. Talk to us about how that works. And do you have any favorite music-related podcasts you'd like to share?
I was one of the last holdouts of podcasts. I really didn't understand where on earth I was going to find more time to listen to other people talk, much less listen to music. But music podcasts have been one of the great benefits of this new technology. There's three in particular that I love. I love NPR's All Songs Considered, where they take a look at new music and interviews from up-and-coming artists and veteran artists. The Jump with Shirley Manson, she used to be in a band called Garbage, and she did interviews with Big Boy from Outkast and Nico Case. It's amazing to hear two artists being able to sit down and talk to one another on a different plane than, say, you and I. I also love a podcast that's called Sound Opinions, and it's from the two music writers from Chicago Sun-Times and the Chicago Tribune, and they go in depth pretty well about a specific album. Like this week, they did Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, but they also do a beginner's guide to sounds that you hear on the album, whether it's the wah-wah pedal or this kind of guitar. So it's kind of fascinating to hear two music fans get too inside baseball, but not too much.
I don't know if you have time for your own podcast. I know you're on Sirius XM. Is there anything you'd like to plug, or what's the name of the show on Sirius XM and what channel is it on?
The show That Eric Alper is on channel 167, Canada Talks, and it's also available on the Sirius XM app anytime, where I talk to artists and the people that make it, including Steve Earle and Tiffany, and just people that I love, just talking about, music and how it's made.
And then the best website for our listeners to learn more about your work and see what you're up to?
That would be your site. Actually, it would be thatericalper.com for all the details.
All right, thatericalper.com. And of course, you're on all the social platforms. They can follow you there, as 670,000 people on Twitter already do, or thereabouts. Is that right?
Yeah, thereabouts. I like to say I'm 3 friends away from having 5 friends in real life and a couple of thousand people away from 700,000. So that just shows you what social media is able to do.
Very funny and a very humble Eric Alper. Thank you so much for your time and lending us your expertise. Been great chatting with you and good to see you as well.
Great. Thanks for having me, Mark.
Seriously, good guy and a great family, as well as wife Candace and daughter Hannah are good peeps, as they say. You're listening to Tech It Out. This is a weekly show that doesn't just celebrate technology, but my goal is to help demystify it. Or as the announcer says, I try to break down geek speak into street speak. And this show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the support of companies like Western Digital and their super rugged G Technology branded Armor ATD portable hard drive. It's designed for those looking for a durable drive to bring on the go, especially for content creators like photographers and videographers. Head over to g-technology.com for more information. I do want to remind you about this amazing Hotels.com partnership and contest over the next few weeks. It ends at the end of September, started at the beginning of August, so it's 8 weeks of 8 $250 gift cards that we're giving away to be redeemed through Hotels.com, the app or website. So here is again how to enter. Simply go to Twitter and follow Hotels.com. Easy peasy, right? Then send a tweet as to why you deserve a free stay in a hotel a night or two on Hotels.com. And it could just be a sentence if you like. And then finally include the hashtag TechItOut, the name of this program. That's it. So send a tweet to Hotels.com, follow them first, send a tweet as to why you would love a stay for free in a hotel, and include the hashtag TechItOut. And I will contact you on social media if you're the winner, privately first, and then with your permission, publicly congratulate you. And of course, read your name on the air next week on Tech It Out, the first show of September. So that's it. Again, you got the instructions, and I'm wishing you all luck. That's a heck of a prize, $250 times 8 for one per week. So I hope you've been enjoying it so far. Before we head into a short break and then return with Lego to talk about this new augmented reality enhanced playset they've got, or a series of playsets, I do want to thank ASUS, the title sponsor on Tech It Out. They create technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including their line of award-winning laptops, desktops, computer monitors, smartphones and tablets, smart watches, and many other products. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more information. That's asus.com/US/radio. And yes, it is pronounced ASUS, and it is not ASUS or ASUS or anything like that. They did correct me many years ago when they heard me on TV calling it ASUS. It is ASUS. So great company if you haven't checked out their gear and their gaming gear as well. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone, and I hope you're all enjoying this long weekend, this Labor Day long weekend, last hurrah of the summer, if you will. Thank you for tuning into the program. In a recent USA Today column, I wrote about Lego's new Graveyard Mystery playset. It fuses brick building fun that you know and love with Lego with the magic of augmented reality. In fact, it's the first of 8 new AR or augmented reality playsets from Lego, and they're all called Hidden Side. That's the subset, Hidden Side. And they all combine the world of the physical, the tangible, if you will, those Lego bricks, with some extra fun added with a nearby smartphone or tablet. Joining us to tell us all about Hidden Side is Murray Andrews. He's the senior product lead at the Lego Group, joining us on the line. Welcome to the show, Murray.
Thanks, Mark. Nice to be here.
Great. So the Lego Group has embraced augmented reality. Why don't we first explain what AR is and then how Lego is taking it to the next level?
Sure. At Lego, we're always looking at new ways of exploring of how kids are playing with the Lego brick. The Lego brick is just as relevant today as it's always been. You know, Lego's been around for a long time, but we know kids are playing more and more digitally nowadays, and we've got a term at Lego that we call fluid play, and this is where kids transition seamlessly nowadays between physical play and digital play. They don't see it in those two terms, actually. They just see it as play. We sort of term physical and digital, but kids, to them, it's just play. So At LEGO, we've been trying to look into how we can sort of tap into this idea of fluid play and bring that back to the core experience of the LEGO brick. And augmented reality is one area we can do that, and that's where we can take something in the physical world, so LEGO bricks and LEGO sets, and augment a digital layer on top of that through the use of technology, through smartphones. And Hidden Side is the new play theme from LEGO that we've just launched, which really taps into this idea of fluid play that allows kids to have one hand in each world, a hand in the digital and a hand in the physical world.
Great. So I know that education experts do believe that tangible play, actually getting your hands on something physical like bricks, it is great for dexterity. And of course, with Lego, we're talking creativity as well. So it's nice to see that you're not abandoning that sort of core play mechanic, but it does enhance your play set with augmented reality. So for those who haven't yet experienced augmented reality, please explain how it works. You do need a camera built into a smartphone or a tablet. Once you build, I know it's optional, but so let's say you build this play set such as Graveyard Mystery. What do you do then? Maybe you can explain what that layer, as you called it, that digital layer on top of the physical looks like.
Sure. What we're trying to do with Hidden Side is as I sort of mentioned earlier, we're not trying to move away from the core of the LEGO experience. We know that kids love to play with the physical set, so it's not really about just creating another sort of digital mobile game. What we're really trying to do is enhance the play of the physical side. So using smartphones, it runs on both iOS and Android, but you need certain sort of, because of the technology, it only runs on certain of the latest phones. So that's one area that people need to be aware of. But once you've got the phone, you can, through your phone, scan the set in. So you hold the phone up to the set and you can scan the set in. And then what we do is we augment this world around the physical set. So we really bring the set to life, allowing the kids to sort of then play out these experiences with one hand in the physical realm and one hand in the digital realm. And what's happening in Hidden Side is Hidden Side is set in the fictional town of Newbury, and our two main characters, Jack and Parker, are these two kids who live in Newbury, and they've realized that there's these strange things going on in Newbury. And at their school, one of their teachers, Professor JB, has also noticed these strange goings-on and has created this app that allows them to see this ghost realm. And it's apparently that the town of Newbury has been haunted by these ghosts, and nobody can really see them or know what's going on. But through this app that Professor JB has created, Jack and Parker and Professor JB can go off on these adventures to find and capture the ghosts. And what's great about Hidden Side is anyone can download Professor JB's app and help in these ghost catching adventures. So once you've got the app on your phone, you can scan in the physical model, and we augment this cool world around the model, and then you can, using your phone and your app, hunt through the set to try and find and capture these ghosts and play out these cool adventures.
Oh, awesome. So the idea is you build the playset like you would any other physical Lego playset, but then afterwards you launch the Hidden Side app on a smartphone or tablet, and then you look at the playset through the lens of the phone, so on the smartphone or tablet screen, and you can even walk around physically, walk around the playset and see different things, correct?
That's right, and that's the beauty of what we've created here is when you've scanned in the set through the camera on your phone, the camera recognizes where the set is in the real world and kind of locks onto that, and you can through the power of the phone and augmented reality move around the set and explore the set in really cool ways. And as I said, we're really trying to bring the set to life and enhance these sort of role play opportunities that kids and adults can have with the physical sets. I sort of keep emphasizing what we're not trying to do is move away from the physical brick.
Got it.
We want kids to be playing with the sets. And what's cool about Hidden Side in what we've done here is it's not just adding in a digital layer. You actually can interact with the sets physically, and the app will recognize that some of the interactions that you do on the set and trigger certain cool things. An example is each set has built into it in interesting ways a color wheel. We call a color wheel.
Apologies, Murray. Please hold that thought. We'll be right back to return to chat about Lego on Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We'll continue chatting with Murray from Lego in a moment about their new augmented reality enhanced playsets. But one last reminder about our weekly contest with Hotels.com. By the way, the winner from last week's show is Joe Callahan from Mansfield, Massachusetts. He's been contacted, and we already sent him the Hotels.com gift card worth $250 to redeem at the app or the website. So again, you could be eligible to win a $250 gift card from Hotels.com so long as you're a legal U.S. resident who's at least 18 years old. So here's how to enter. Go to Twitter and follow Hotels.com. Send a tweet as to why you'd like a free stay in a hotel and include the hashtag #TechItOut, the name of this show. We'll randomly draw a winner and read it next weekend on the air, and I'll announce it on social media too. All right, back to the program. We're chatting with Murray Andrews from the Lego Group about this color wheel part of the app. So you scan the playset with your phone, and maybe you can explain what that does.
What that allows you to do is it's got 3 colors on there, and you can select, for example, the yellow color spectrum and scan that in using your phone. So you hover over the area of the set and scan that in, and that will show you where the yellow ghosts are hiding in the sets. And so this physical interaction with the set is really giving a feedback into the digital layer and really tapping into this fluid play idea that we're looking at Lego.
No doubt very magical for kids and kids at heart. We're chatting with Murray Andrews, Senior Product Lead at the Lego Group. We're learning all about Hidden Side. These are 8 new augmented reality enhanced Lego playsets. Can you tell us about some of the different playsets that are available? I mentioned off the top that I looked at Graveyard Mystery, but there are many others.
Yeah, so we've got eight sets currently on sale. They range from the sort of smaller set, which is the lab, Professor JB's lab, and this is a cool little entry set, I guess, if you like. Although what's interesting about the augmented layer is we don't sort of limit the play depending on if you've got one of the smaller sets or you're lucky to have one of the larger sets. The biggest set we've got is Newbury High School, which is a very large and cool set that transforms into this sort of possessed school physically as well as digitally. Mm-hmm. And then some of the others is there's a school bus. Professor JB and her team have souped up with lots of cool ghost catching equipment. There's a diner, the shrimp shack, and all of these different sets. What's cool about them is they have certain physical possession type functions built into them in the physical set. So whilst we're also using the digital layer to really bring the ghost realm to life, the physical sets have a lot of these cool, intricate details. I think that the Newbury High School, for example, as I said, transforms physically into this possessed set, and it's really something you should go and check out because it's such a cool function that the designers have built into these sets.
I know the Graveyard Mystery playset has 335 pieces, so that's probably a more advanced one as well. Is there an ideal age that you're gearing the Hidden Side app and playsets to?
Sure. I mean, Hidden Side is sort of looking around sort of 7 plus. So 7 to 10 is the sort of age that we really target. But, you know, it's Lego, it's cool, it's fun to be enjoyed by all ages. So we haven't really designed it too specifically around that. We want kids and adults to be able to enjoy this as much as possible. And that's the beauty of Lego. It crosses that age barrier. And hopefully with this app and the digital layer that we've added, we've really built on top of everything that kids and adults love about Lego and layering on this extra play that kids and adults can enjoy.
And I love seeing where moms or dads or both play with the kids as well at the same time, which is great. As we wrap up, is there a favorite Hidden Side playset that you've got you want to share with us? Good
question. Yeah, I mean, I love bits of all of them. I mean, the schoolhouse, the transformation in that is something that really sticks in my mind. But yeah, the graveyard is another one that I quite like. It's got a cool feel, and there's a really cool possessed tree that sort of comes to life both digitally and physically in that one. So, but it's very hard to pick one of them because they're all pretty cool.
It's like asking you to pick a favorite child that you've got. Like, it's hard to do it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, Murray, how much do they start at, and where can we learn more about these Lego playsets?
So the starting set is, as I said, Professor JB's lab, which is $19.99, I think, is the starting set, and then they sort of move all the way up to the schoolhouse, which is the sort of largest set at I think it's $129.99.
Okay.
But lots of sort of range in between those, depending on what sort of set you're into. And you can check it out online at lego.com, or it's available across all good places where you can find cool toys.
Okay, thank you. It sounds great. Murray Andrews, appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your summer.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Good to speak to you.
And thank you for tuning in to Tech It Out this Labor Day long weekend. I hope you enjoyed the program. And thanks again to my sponsor. Tech It Out is brought to you by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. ASUS, for those in search of incredible. Visit asus.com for more. Have a great rest of your long weekend, everyone. Chat with you next time on Tech It Out.